Hi, I'm Lisa Hayden with Channel 6 Central Kentucky TV, community focus on Washington County. And today, my guest is Dr. John Isacc Jr. Welcome, Johnny.
Hello, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
You know, I was trying to think what the official name of the office is now.
Well, the official name is Isacc's Dentistry,
Okay.
but we just kind of go by colloquial names. Isacc's and Isacc's
Okay.
is preferred name. Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, your dad started that business, I suppose, in Springfield, and then you joined him when you got out.
Dad started in 1963.
Okay.
I was born in 1962, so I don't remember much about the early years. but I came in 1988 after I graduated from dental school in '88. But growing up with dentistry, it just kind of came natural, I guess. I do enjoy it, still do.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to believe I got to do the math how long I've been doing this stuff now, but 27 years, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been a good ride.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, being one of your patients, I can attest to the fact that you do good work, Johnny.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it's we feel like we do. I've got an excellent team. I've built this team. Geez, we probably have about 9 girls now, I guess, working.
Wow.
And it's a pleasure to go in and see them and watch them grow. And I've got them doing a lot of things. You can actually do better dentistry, I think, if you have more hands, more people in the mix.
Mm-hmm,
You kind of learn from each other.
mm-hmm. I bet when your dad started out, maybe one assistant or something?
When I came back to Springfield, yeah, Dad had one assistant.
Uh-huh.
So I have grown it, and my father still comes in every morning. He now delivers the mail, and I look forward to seeing him every day.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm the only guy there, I actually look forward to seeing him, and I need a little male bonding.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, you do. I do miss that.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of buddies I talk to every day.
Yeah.
I've got a dentist friend in Lawrenceburg that I speak to about every day. His dad was a dentist also, and we were in the Army together, and we have a lot of commonalities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of that, being in the Army together, did you serve and join and do active duty, or you've been in the Guard?
Yeah, I was ROTC, in college.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, I was born in Fort Benning, Georgia. My dad was in the Army; he was an Army dentist. But I was talking to a recruiter there, one of the Army recruiters, and the professor of military science, and he and I became buddies. Next thing you know, I'm applying for a scholarship, and I got a 2-year scholarship and took it. And it was at the time it was about an 8-year commitment that I needed to give for the 4 years that they paid me back. But I've loved it. I just retired in January. 1 January I retired with 32 years of service. So very proud of that.
Well, yes. Thank you for your service, Johnny.
Thanks.
And I know that, of course, you practiced dentistry while in the reserve.
Right. Well, I'm the National Guard, which
National Guard.
right.
Okay.
There is a difference, but most people don't know it.
Okay.
And
National Guard is for Army.
Well, National Guard is state, is the state militia.
Oh, okay, right.
Whereas the reserves is a federal.
Okay.
But we still fall under the jurisdiction of federal, if needed.
Okay.
So we do serve in national events, and that's where I went to Uzbekistan back in 2004, and I was there for about 90 days, and that's what I was. I was a general dentist working in a clinic there, which was a wonderful experience, and met some beautiful people there.
Now, what was your rank upon your retirement?
Colonel.
Colonel. That's what I thought, and that's pretty high up. Johnny.
Well, I never thought I'd make colonel, but I was very fortunate, and you kind of fall into the right scheme of things, and I was always willing to go whatever they needed me. So I would just, if they needed something, I would do it because I liked it. It was something that it fulfilled a need that I had.
And I know that every year you've gone somewhere and practiced dentistry at, I mean, and you've done it also with the missions.
Yes. Well, I've been all over South America with the National Guard. Before the war, before the Gulf War, we would go somewhere about every other year, and it was for training. But now that we're going over to the Middle East, there's no need to go South America as much. There still are missions down there, but not like it was before. So yes, and I have been to Africa, Tanzania. This August will probably be my 5th time going to Tanzania.
And that's with
That's with the church.
With
yeah.
the church.
Yeah, the River of Life here in Springfield does that, and there's also a church in Knoxville that I go with also. So that's good. And I've taken my daughter, my son, and now Cleo, my 16-year-old, is going to go. We hope she'll turn 17 in Africa.
Oh.
And she just got a license last week, so very proud about that.
Yeah. Well, now, of course, we need to mention you're the son of Dr. John and Sally Isacc. Sally's a wonderful person, by the way.
Thank you. She's in Florida. She just left for Florida this morning. So
oh, good.
she's with her sister down there.
Well, great. Did your dad?
Dad took her to the airport. He's
going to stay home this time?
He and I are going to be bachelors together tonight. Hope he can handle it. You know?
Well, usually, of course, I know goes and plays golf, but I don't think lately he's been playing any golf, has he?
Not many people playing right now, Lisa. So
well, I know, but I mean, this summer I think he had something.
Yeah, he did. He hurt his knee.
Yeah.
I tell people he fell up the stairs, so he hurt he tore his ACL, but he's doing okay. Yeah. He's got a slight limp right now, but it's getting better.
And you're the only child of theirs in Springfield, because Ann is in Frankfort and
Joe
is in
Bardstown.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So you're going to have to entertain your dad for a few days.
Yeah, I'm the only one that came back here. So, but Ann comes back all the time, and I see Joe about every other week or so, something like that.
Yeah. And Ann is a dental hygienist.
Ann's a dental hygienist. She kept that going. Joe, my brother Joe, is the only one that got out of that. And by the way, your husband, Mike, your late husband Mike, is the one that actually got Joe started in his job. So we always talk about that.
Yeah, because he's with the Kentucky League of Cities.
Sure, yeah.
Doing their insurance work. I'm not exactly sure.
I'm not sure what he does either, but he's good at it. Whatever he
does.
People tell me he is. Yeah. He goes around and does conferences. He
works with the cities on
and out of state. He was in Vegas not too long ago.
Yeah. He does a great job.
Yeah.
And so now, and you, of course, have how many children?
5.
5. Yeah. And so
Maggie is 20. They're all even this year, so it's a little easier for me to. JT is 18. Cleo is 16, and my twins Will and Sam are 14. So that's.
I can't believe they're that old.
Hard to believe.
We're getting up there, Johnny.
Well, we don't have much choice, do we?
No, that's right. That's exactly right. Just keep on going. So, and of course you, Johnny, I know, are very active in the community as well. And I remember when Mayor Mike Hayden appointed you to the water board.
Right. Right. He asked me, and I said no, and then I got to thinking about it, and it's something I wanted to do, and I talked to you, and actually I went through you instead of Mike, and my very first mission I messed it up, and I remember talking to Dwight Wright about that. He went, and Mayor Mike says usually the mayor makes that announcement, so I learned a little bit about local politics from
Well, I know that. It's good that because you are active in the community, and also you're active in the Rotary or is it Lions?
I'm in the Lions Club. I don't.
Yeah.
They're on Monday night now. I don't make many meetings.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But I think you're a past president of Lions.
I've been president twice. Yeah.
Okay.
Lions Club.
And then, of course, you received the Citizen of the Year one year
Yes.
from the Chamber of Commerce.
Right, you really did your homework, didn't you?
Well, I remember because I'm a Citizen of the Year also.
Okay, all right.
We talked about that
yeah,
one day.
that was a long time ago. That was 2005.
Uh-huh.
So, and that was right after I got back from Uzbekistan.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that had most of what it was about right there was my service to the National Guard.
Well, true, but also your involvement with the chamber, and then I think you might have been president. Were you president of the chamber at one point?
No, but
But
Chuck Poland and I did the sorghum festival a couple of years in a row.
Right.
And that was a lot of fun. I mean, Chuck and I used to have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
We'd stay up till 10, 11 o'clock, just down there working with people all through the night. Get up early in the morning. You'd have to get up at 5 o'clock and get back downtown for the breakfast, and that was good. A lot of good memories.
Yeah. Well, I'm just so happy that our sorghum festival is, for a while there we didn't have it, a couple of years maybe, or maybe longer, but we're back and it's in the chambers going strong.
It was hard to get anybody to make any sorghum for a while, and
Yeah.
that, without sorghum you can't have a sorghum festival, or
Right.
I guess you can. Who cares what we call it? We're going to do it.
Yeah,
anyway.
we don't care what you call it.
It's just
Yeah.
fun in spring.
Exactly. Good for the children, good for the families. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I know you were very active in that. And I can't forget theater.
That's one thing that I've done that I never thought I'd ever get involved in the theater, but that's another thing that I've really enjoyed doing. I was the theater president for 2 years too, and got to know some wonderful people. And in the last couple of years, I haven't been doing as much, but I never thought I would, even like theater. But there's a lot to it that there's a lot of teamwork involved, and I've told people this before that it's a whole lot like playing sports. There's the teamwork, there's the practice, and you gotta hit your lines just like you're playing, basketball or football.
Yeah.
Very same stuff.
Yeah.
And then when it's all over, you go, whew, glad that's over. So,
Yeah, you
but
acted in a few.
It's a little different, getting up on stage and knowing you got to hit it at some time,
Yeah.
So it is.
Yeah, you have to be right on target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've always said I was going to get you up on stage.
I intend to.
I haven't been successful yet.
Well, I do intend to when I get a little free time.
Gary White, I've acted with Gary a couple times. And
Yes, and he does a tremendous job, doesn't he?
He does the leads. I do little bits and pieces, and I'm kind of behind the scenes. But I still get as nervous as anybody else does.
Yeah. Well, and we're so fortunate to have the theater, and that and that you were an integral part of that, and getting, it really moving, Johnny, and it's just so successful now.
We're very proud of it. Yeah. We have a play 9 to 5 is going to be the next one coming up this weekend.
Is that this weekend?
This weekend for the next 3 weekends. Yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't realize it was this weekend. Yeah.
Check the dates. I better do it. I'm not okay. Yeah. I'm getting my cue. Yeah. So it is this weekend.
9 to 5. Oh, that's going to be excellent.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be around probably this weekend. So.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
I hope to see you down there.
I don't normally miss a play unless I'm out of town or something. So
I've missed very few of them, and it's usually due to some kind of ball game that I'm going to, or military stuff. So
right.
So right. But now that I've retired from the Guard, I might have to try to find another weekend to do something special.
Back on the show. Yeah.
I may do.
Yeah. I think I would have enjoyed that 9 to 5 myself if I'd had opportunity to practice. I mean, I would like to have been in that. That's about those women that have a boss that has been not very good to his employees.
Being a boss of several women, I can say that.
Can you relate to that?
The poor guy was probably picked on. Is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, so you've got 9 women that you said there?
Oh, whenever we take our Christmas picture, we always count, but
Uh-huh.
I guess there is 8 or 9. Something.
Yeah. Well, of course, Elaine Downs, who's my
Elaine's a hygienist.
dental hygienist,
Right,
yeah.
Right. So.
And then you have Barbara.
Barbara's up front.
At
Well, if we're going to name everybody, let's make sure.
Oh, okay.
We got Elaine Downs,
Right.
hygienist.
Mm-hmm.
Tina Borders,
Right.
hygienist.
Hygienist.
Okay, and I've worked very well. They're wonderful people. So
I know.
I'm glad to have them. Okay, I've got Dr. Jenny Jenkins is a dentist.
She's the other dentist, yeah.
Jenny Jenkins Lewis. Sorry about that. Yeah. These girls change their names now.
Well, right.
So
Jenkins is her maiden
right,
name.
Right. And she's been with me. Heck, it's about 7 or 8 years now, and she's been there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
And
see,
then you've got Karen. Karen.
Karen Mudd.
Mudd.
Okay. And Karen's been there probably 13 or 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, we got Meredith Carney.
Meredith Carney.
She's been there 13 years, I think, something like that. Barbara O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mary Beth Pinkston.
Right. Mary Beth.
Okay.
Fine young lady.
Yeah.
You do have some great staff. Oh, and
Misty Bell.
yeah.
Misty Bell from
Misty.
Lebanon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, Misty's been there probably 3 years.
Yeah.
You know, all these rule of thumb. When somebody tells us something, a date, we usually double it. If people say I haven't been to the dentist in 2 years, it's usually 4. So these girls may have been there longer than that. So it's kind of hard to believe.
Yeah. Well, they do an excellent job, every single one of them. So even though you're the only guy out there, I do know they take good care of you.
They do. I mean, I've got no complaints there, and they watch over me quite a bit. So,
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
And so then, and you're open. You even have an evening hour now, I think, kind of.
We haven't had evening hours in a long time.
Oh, you haven't?
Used to, and I noticed those appointments weren't getting filled very much. So
They were not?
Well,
Uh-huh.
I think the schedulers might be pulling back a little bit, so we decided to quit doing that.
Okay.
But I used to say we never shut down. Of course, I live right up the street, so I'm there most any night. So.
Right.
And
Well, I know you've been available in emergencies.
I've always taken a lot of pride in that I want to be there if somebody needs me.
Yeah.
And as long as you don't take advantage of it. Some people use that as as your personal dentist, but I'm there truly if you need me.
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
There's a lot you can do just to give some local anesthetic, some lidocaine, Novocaine, something to get them relieve the pain until you can bring them back.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so now, so what are your hours of operation? Monday through Saturday? I think you're open every day. You close early on Wednesday?
We close early on Fridays now.
Oh, early on Friday.
When Elaine came, I acquiesced and let Elaine take over the schedule. So we quit from Wednesday to Friday afternoon. That's worked out pretty good.
Uh-huh.
It allowed me to do. I could maybe a little more mobile for the Army. I could do a little bit more with them. So and I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're there start about 8 o'clock in the morning and close at 5.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I'm usually there at 7:30 and leave about 6 or 7.
Yeah.
You never
You end
know.
up being there a lot later than you.
Well, that's when I kind of do the paperwork and do that and watch Channel 6, so I can.
Good idea.
Yeah. And the last time I saw Gary in Springfield, he helped me out to try to get it on my television. I didn't know you could just push these buttons and make it happen. I thought, but Gary did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's gotten you straightened out on
It's
that.
channel 114,
Right.
instead of channel 6. I kept going to 6, and it was. So.
Yeah. Well, good. And so then, now tell me a little bit more. I want to hear about this water board thing and what, with the Springfield, are you all doing something about the?
We have several projects going on right now. The bypass extension we're doing now, getting water from essentially 528 out to Bargetown Road, right there on the Mike
On the-
Hayden Highway.
Mhm.
So yeah, we've got it run out there, and that'll be done probably within the next couple of months. But there, we finished the water expansion at the water treatment. That went on about 2 years ago, so that was good. We got, of course, the expansions going on out at the park, the city park development out there. So that's another thing that's really kicking. And I had no idea how much was involved in the water board, and how that's something that you never. Most people, when you turn your water on, you have no idea what's really gone on. That water started in Willisburg Lake and made its way to your faucet.
Mhm.
It's pretty amazing.
And now we have the contract with Danville,
Hmm.
correct?
Right.
And
We have an agreement with Danville to where we can use 100,000 gallons a day from Danville, maybe up to 200,000 depending on an emergency. Right now we're calling it an emergency, but they're ready to sell it if we need it. Do we need it? If Springfield's going to grow, we're going to need it. Right now we're doing fine, but we're looking 10 or 15 years in the future. You don't want to be caught 20 years from now and wish we'd have done something.
exactly.
And that's why we're kind of pushing the stuff ahead.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of sewer work going on too. We've got to get a better handle on the sewer treatment. That's the raw sewer coming in, and how we. That's another amazing thing. How Ray Hamilton works down there, and you've got just raw sewage coming in, and by the time it goes out into the creek to the town branch, that stuff we have fish swimming in it, and that's how you can tell if you're doing a good job. If the fish are healthy and breeding, then we're doing our job.
Mm-hmm. I thought about that the other day. I was walking past the town branch, and I saw all these little tadpoles and little fish in there, and I just thought, well, this is great. Yeah, that's good, clean water, isn't it?
When you know you have clear water and wildlife in it, something's working good.
Mm-hmm.
That's man and nature right there that we need to have. So and that's something. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't think of something on the water company, something we're doing. Driving around town doing my rides at lunch. I used to call them Rush Limbaugh rides, but
oh, now Johnny, don't mention
sorry about that. but I listen to the radio and just kind of watching seeing what's going on, seeing if we got anything, any water mains broken, anything like that, because the change in the weather does tend to
right.
increase the number of episodes we have with that.
Mm-hmm. And do you? What about the Flint, Michigan? Is there something that we're involved in here with regard to Flint, Michigan?
I believe one of the little, River of Life is doing something with them. I really don't know exactly what's going on, but there is some.
They are collecting bottled water.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But
as long as we're doing our job here, that'll never happen. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, on Thursday, David Bartley and I are going to the Rotary Club and speaking to the Rotarians on that. Clay Stevens asked me to tell him or tell the Rotarians why Flint won't happen to Springfield, and there's a good reason, because people are doing their jobs, people are looking after it. For something like that to happen up there for so long, people were just dropping the ball, just missing it, just oversight.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a horrible thing.
Yeah, yeah, it truly is. I saw something last night where they're going to have some kind of march maybe or something, because it seems like they're really dry, and now their pipes are contaminated as a result of the lead going through. So all the pipes have to be replaced.
Yep.
I mean, it's just turned into
it is
a catastrophe.
And for the number of people to know what was going on or to not know, and to be negligent for not knowing, it's really astronomical. I can't imagine something daily goes on with the plant and the inspections. I don't know how that could happen, but it did. And Flint, I do have some investment property in Flint. And I had to call them when this first came out. Now, I've got some restaurants up in Michigan, and we have one. We have a Fazoli's. Who we changed it over, but But we've got a restaurant in Flint, and as soon as that broke, I called him and I asked him how the water was, and he goes, we haven't been on that water in years. So a lot of people opted out of it just because of the, it was bad for business. You couldn't use it in your daily functions. So we quit.
Well, what do they use instead?
Yeah, we use bottled water, and of course we have it, but not in the food process. Not anything we're using.
Yeah.
You can't have your spaghetti with lead byproducts.
No. Well, I'm glad you were okay up there, Johnny.
But fluoride's okay. We do like fluoride in the water. Make sure we do that.
Yeah, that's good. That keeps your teeth strong.
That's right.
Doesn't it?
That's good.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for being here today, and I'm looking forward to having you back on to, talk about what's going on with dentistry and at the office, and like you say, with regard to fluoride, for example, giving us some information, the public, that our viewers, about how to keep your teeth in good shape.
I've talked with Gary, and he asked if I do something periodically, and I think it'd be fun. To maybe some kind of question and answers. Somebody will write in or something, and I'll have an answer prepared. I'll be more prepared for that. How's that? I wasn't sure what we were going to talk today. Today, I thought we were going to talk dentistry. I didn't know it was.
Well, we have to know a little bit about you before we get into taking care of your teeth. But of course, you, as you said, you've been, we trust your answers, Johnny. You've been in this community all your life. You've practiced dentistry here for how many years? 20.
We're going to say 28.
28. Your father practiced here prior to you, and then you joined him. So we know what information we get from you is
it's been good.
Going to be good.
And yes, and I went to St. Dominic and loved it, and I still talk to a lot of those people.
Do you go to the school and
I see them as patients, and I've been in contact with them, and a lot of people I went to high school with. So it is good. I see them around.
Well, because you attended here, St. Dominic School, then you went to Washington County High School, graduated from there, and then you went on to UK. And you got your undergraduate there, and then your
dental degree at UK also.
Okay, you got your dental degree at UK as well.
Yeah. So I was at UK for 8 years, and came back to Springfield in '88.
And been here ever since.
Yeah, I'm not leaving.
That's good.
No plans to leave.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. I can't have you leave now, Johnny.
Yeah.
I've got to have you for my dentist now. And I'm glad that Jenny's in with you so that she can give you a little bit of help so that you're not working yourself to death.
It gives me some time off and time, so I'm not really rushed. Of course, we're here to noon hour. Now my stomach's growling because I skipped breakfast and I'm going to skip lunch too. So. I'll
don't do that.
And you ask how I stay so
slim.
But it's because I skip a lot. I skip a lot of meals and on the run a lot. So
now you got to take care of yourself, Johnny. You got to take care of yourself.
My mother's not here, so
I wait till she hears this. She's not going to be happy with it. And also I want to mention you still have a other doctor that comes in to
we have an orthodontist.
That comes
once
in
a month. Yeah. Dr. Michael Becht from Louisville comes once a month. Not twice a month. He started to come two Fridays now.
Okay.
Just started that, so yeah.
Because you've got a lot of kids that
and
have to have braces.
And that's good. That's good, and it gives me another male to talk to. I got Michael. We can talk.
That's what I was thinking. I thought now you got that other male that comes in there occasionally. Right. Twice a month.
Yeah, and that's good. I've had an orthodontist there for many years. When I first came back, I got certified to do braces. I took a course that lasted about 2 years, and it took me. We did it on weekends, but then I had Dr. Greg White come. was very fortunate to have him and Dr. Mike Child. So now we're on our third orthodontist. And I still talk to those guys quite often. So.
Well, I know that Dr. Mike Child did put braces on 2 of my children. So, yeah, and they were in them for a long time, Johnny.
Okay, was Mike? Okay, I was thinking Greg did your kids, but it was Mike Child. Okay.
Mike Child.
That's right.
Yeah.
I still talk to Mike quite a bit.
Yeah.
At least once a month or so, we'll touch base.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And then you've got all your businesses to take care of too.
I know. That's what.
Because you're involved. You've got the Mordecai's over here. You're an investor in.
I got an investor in that.
And that's good. And you're involved with the one in Lebanon. I was just there last night.
Steelhouse?
No.
Well, I'm not involved in that.
Shiners.
Shiners, okay.
We have to have Gary tell us.
Yeah.
Shiners. I was just
I'm
there
just
last
involved
night.
in Mordecai's. So that's,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was my first visit at Shiners last night that Keith Schlosser owns besides Mordecai's. Right. And anyway, it was really good.
Right. Yeah.
So and then you've got some other restaurants, I know.
Yeah, up in Michigan, and we opened one in Lexington back in summer, right on the corner of Euclid and Limestone. Very proud of that. And I go up there about once a week now. My son's at UK now. JT's at UK.
Okay.
Which is really hard to believe, but we can meet up there and have dinner, and I can see that. That's where I see Greg White up there. So that's good.
And what's the name of that restaurant again?
Let's say that is Street Craves.
Street Craves.
Street Craves.
I was
right
looking
on the corner.
for that. Yeah.
And Street
next
Craves.
to the bookstore.
Right
Kennedy,
next to Kennedy Bookstore. Right.
Yeah.
Right there, right down from the Coliseum, and about a block from Two Keys Tavern.
Yeah.
Which I used to frequent. I watched that place grow. From 1980 to 88, that place grew a lot too.
Yeah.
And then after I left, it seemed like it was
I
had nothing to do with the growth.
That brings back some good memories, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you being here today, and I look forward to meeting with you again and talking about some things.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, Lisa.